Hello, welcome to Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together. This is a podcast that's relevant to topics that are relevant in our community. You know, sometimes we can relate to each other only like we know how. My name is Ursula. I'm your host tonight, and it's lovely. We're coming to the end of season 3. So, tonight, you already know what the topic is. And tomorrow we're gonna have a little fun tomorrow. Today is a bonus episode, but tomorrow is the regular live stream with Derek Jones, and he is a relationship coach. And the topic is decoding the mentality behind predatory dating practices. I'm already triggered. Make sure and check out blackgirlsgettingtheirshifttogether.com. And also for those who listen on my audio podcast, please give your girl a review. You know, I know you're listening. There's a lot of streams going on. And if you all have any topics that you'd love for me to cover, just slide up in that DM and let me know. All right, we're gonna get right into it tonight because my guest and I, we both have had long days. So we're gonna get right into it. I'm going to bring this gentleman out of the waiting room. There we go.
Peace.
How are you?
I'm learning. I am my higher self. I am Kode Knox, intuitive counselor, edutainer, and author of Complex Confessions. Peace. Thank you for having me. Love.
Thank you for coming back again. So, a lot of you all, you've listened to me talk about my shadow coach, how I started shadow work. This is my shadow work coach.
Peace.
So, now we have a face to the name. This is the person right here,
Yes.
which is why I asked him on, because this brother has a lot of insight. So get your pen and papers ready, because we're going to go to school tonight.
Let's go to school. This is our school, Earth. This is one of the schools that we go through in our lifetimes. This is you and I verse. You and I verse. You in the universe, yes.
See, you know, it takes me a minute to process everything. Do I look like that during our coaching sessions?
No. I always love our sessions because you always get me excited about giving more information rather than sometimes I don't. And I'm so much in a business mind frame. I feel like I've been kind of holding back in certain sessions where I don't.
With me?
No, not you, but other sessions where I'm kind of like, some people get scared of this stuff, but you just like, I want to know more. And
yeah,
that makes me more excited. I can feel that energy. And it gets me into a zone of really understanding that people have to want to do this shit. It can't be like you kind of want to sort of one double dutch in and you got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It has to be something committed. And this is being committed to yourself every day. You know what I mean? Not just when you meet with me. Some people expect miracles, but it's more so you have to respect the process and do the work. This is all day healing. Regardless of my ascension and my constant awakenings, I'm always promoting healing because still I live in this form called the human, the human shell that we're in here.
Right.
Because even if you ask yourself, how do you really look? Even when you're in the mirror, do you believe this is how you look? Do you trust this is how you look? Or is this a perception of how you think you look?
I'm going to put a tick in that one. I definitely want to review that on our next session. Can you turn your music down just a little?
Okay.
Or off? Yeah, because we want to make this an audio podcast.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Tashara. Tashara, so y'all remember we were talking about my shadow coach? This is him. All right. So, You know what makes me excited about our sessions is because for so long I have put, ugh, even saying it out loud, I put so much interest in getting to learn other people, whether if it was toxic relationships with family members or relationships that I've had with partners, and never put that time into learning myself.
Right. Even when it comes to families, we gotta understand, people like you and I, and people who are loyal, right? A lot of people have they have been disloyal to us, and yet we still want to be loyal to them. They're aware of it, but we aren't. And so we keep living this cycle of trying to get that loyalty, that respect, when they already gave up on you a long time ago. You just don't know yet.
So for our listeners, can you give examples of what that may look like? Some of the obvious scenarios and some that are not so obvious?
I'll say my personal experience. All right, so me, I'm in my family, I have a big family. I have a lot of women on this side, on in Boston, New York, a lot of women cousins, aunts, second cousins, third cousins. And then on the West Coast, there's a lot of male cousins, and even my brother, but still more women than men in our family. But one time I did the family tree, it's like 200 of us or something like that.
Oh, wow.
But of course, there's no way, there's relationships with all of us. But there was a time where it was constantly, either if I was with someone or not, I would host Thanksgiving, right? And am I off? Am I on?
You're on.
Okay.
Just giving you the stage.
Okay. I would host Thanksgiving. And,
yes.
I'm the one that, I always say, someone brings something or whatever, but I would cook a lot of the dishes and stuff like that, have the music. I'll bring out my DJ equipment, all type of stuff, just to, and then there was a little fallout with my sister or me getting married. And all of a sudden, when it was time for these holidays, no one is saying anything. No one's calling me, no nothing. I'm like, damn, for like 5 years I hosted, you know what I mean? But they didn't care no more because I'm not doing for them. And then I'm like, yo, first, some of these people I'm just seeing once a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no other time that we're meeting. So I'm like, are these people really for me? What am I like? What am I trying to get out of this, right? I want the family time. I want the love. I always love these times. These are very heavy times and energy. This is why they do these holidays at this time too. So, we can get emotional. We could get happy. We could get, that's why they play certain tunes, because they know that it gets us in this so-called jolly mood. But then they were gone, right? And even when time had passed by, I wasn't really messing with the family, talking to anyone. And then someone dies in my family. And then it's this, oh, where have you been? Like, where you been? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? And they're not, it's just, they showed me their ass to kiss. And still, I'm over here still trying to have a relationship with them. They're loyal because I don't have nothing to offer them. Right? They wasn't anything going through. No one said, because of rumors or someone, hey, I heard he's going through this and that. Everyone knew, but no one said, hello, hey, you okay? Are you all right? No one did, because no one gives a shit in the family. Like, no one really literally cared enough to just say, hey, how are you doing on Thanksgiving? You just ain't providing anything no more. You're not providing the stage. You're not providing the food. You're useless.
I'm so triggered right now, but go ahead.
Right.
So
So
true.
then now, starting to understand, like, even like when I moved to Atlanta, you know, I gave people quote cards and little stuff to a gift, and you know, no one ever said, "Hey, how you doing? You've been out there 2 years." No one ever called. No one said anything. You know, so, but this is where the ego comes in. Having that expectation, having having the goal to actually think in my mind that there's actually a relationship there. Right? Because that's how I perceive it in my eyes, where they're really just like, I don't give a shit about you. Don't you get it? There's a lesson in it, and
I'm so
yet
triggered.
still, I'm still looking for love or some family connection. These are not family. This is relatives.
Ooh.
There's relatives, and then there's hierarchies of relationships. And where do I stand in it? It's like, am I going to keep going to entertain bullshit? And it's the same thing too. Don't get me wrong. These are repetitive years. It's almost like I'm seeing the same shit because we do the exact same thing. Even if other people have hosted, you know, like my twin sister had hosted it. Other people have hosted these Thanksgiving dinners. But it's the same shit. We're gonna play the same song. We're gonna do the same dance. We're gonna eat the same meals, right? And then we're gonna do this shit again in 364 days. But the other 364 days, you didn't give a fuck about me. But we're gonna act and kiss and hug, and I'm gonna get around that energy. That first of all, another thing is with all these women, I didn't see femininity. I don't see feminine women.
Well, they had a lot of masculine energy.
Yes. And also, they don't love themselves. They're not coming from the heart.
Is that why it comes out in toxicity?
Yes. They're not being their true selves. They're not showing their nature, their nurturing side. They're supposed to come, to me, in my eyes, they're supposed to come with feminine traits, right? And it's supposed to be a balance, but no, it's just more like, I'm gonna stay away from him because his energy is too much. And no, I gotta get, you know, so I start to understand. I become understanding rather than taking it personal.
Am I the only person? I'm talking to the listeners now. Am I the only one that's triggered right now? Because it's like you're talking and I literally feel the sweat beating up down my back.
Right.
So I want you all to put in the comments. You may not have to say triggered. I know Tashura, she says, "Ooh, I'm triggered." Yes, bestie, I am too. But if anyone else is feeling enlightened right now, drop some. I'm serious. Drop, you know me, drop your light bulb emojis in the comment section. May I read a couple of comments before we proceed?
Please.
Because you're getting everybody all triggered up in the comments. So Tashura, who's one of my co-hosts of Talking Dope Shift, we'll talk about that at the end of the show. Tashura Talk says, "Ooh, I'm triggered." Hi, beautiful Patrice Garner. She said, "Brother Cody's dropping gems again."
Please.
I told you had everybody up in a.
That's dope. Peace.
Last time, Nicole's online, and she said, "Actions speak louder than words." And we, Tashura said, "I'm gonna end up in therapy with you."
Right.
Because I talk about you all the time, and I people who know me, I tell them, because I have my own therapy sessions with my therapist. After having my first session with you, and it just so happened I had a therapy appointment the next day, I slept so hard.
Good.
I released so much, and I'm still releasing. I released so much energy, trauma, just, oh my God.
Yeah, and it's still in us, because see, what happens is our thoughts are energy. So why people are triggered is because that thought is still somewhere on us, around us. It shows up in some type of way. You said the lack of feminine energy. This is what I'm saying. They weren't nurturing, right? I came with nurturing by opening my home for 5 years. I'm showing my feminine energy, right? I'm coming from the heart. Whereas if I don't have anything for you, or I'm not going to check on you, I'm not going to do anything, right? That feminine quality of nurturing to come from love, the heart, you're not doing that. They're not doing that. So that's what I mean. They don't have it coming from anyone.
Can you explain that feminine, I can never say that word, feminine versus masculine energy is not gender based?
No.
No.
This is energy. This is energy, and masculine energy coming from the thinking, logic. If we're just talking on the human level, when I in my sessions, we go deeper into a metaphysical level, but
we do
in this aspect, it's still connected though, because everything has masculine and feminine energy. Everything.
Indeed.
So we don't know how to balance it, which none of them really do. And then I realized too, we on so different wavelengths. These people have given up on life and are settled. See, they're comfortable with being comfortable. I'm not. And energy has to keep changing. If we don't change shit, you might as well be dead.
Oh my God. Oh, yes. Energy is fluid. I get it now with the stagnancy of, oh my God.
That's what I mean by when you say boundaries, what kind of boundaries? Okay, so even with the hierarchy of relationships, we have the cabinet, that person that will give you the money, right? No problem. We got peers that would give you money, but you would have to sign a contract, right? Then we got friends. You never lend money. Ever, 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 ever. You don't lend money to friends. That's a no, 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 no. Then you have your associates. They're going to have an interest.
Let me write this down.
An interest on what money they lent you, right? This is associates. And then you have your strangers, which you never will lend money to because it doesn't make sense. You don't know them. Where do they stand in that? You telling me there's family members that are your cabinet or like that are going to willingly give you money with no problem, not harass you for it? No, because money becomes tricky. And this is why I'm using this as an excuse, as an example, because money has more power than the actual relationship in family.
My God. Yeah, I'm so triggered. I have to get through. I have to push through this. Because you know my backstory. So Adrian said, it is comforting to know that I am not the only one who has felt this way. Yes, sis. She also said that it's cathartic. And Patrice said, I like and will use that terminology, a difference between family and relatives, 100. And AL, hello, AL. I'm gonna need you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. If you haven't already. AL said, I understand, but maybe they were just drained or tired and come to receive and not give.
That's fine. They can receive because I'm giving. But as soon as you're not receiving, you won't give even a text. You won't even give a call. Which just shows the disloyalty to me. There is really no connection. I'm one this relationship afloat because if I don't provide anything for you, I don't hear from you.
Ooh, ouch.
And I mean, shit. And this is what I'm saying with the nurturing part. We can make all the excuses for them, right? But how do you feel about your family? If you feel that excuse is good enough for you, then you roll with it. But in my way, what I'm learning is that there is no boundaries for toxic ass family, because If
Oh.
I'm going up in ascension in consciousness and spirituality, this is my family. So you telling me in order to get along, play along, I'm going to come all the way down here just to fuck with them. For what? They already show me who they are. I have to believe them, right? There's nothing I'm going to get out of them. I'm not going to get no gain. I'm not going to get no love. I'm not going to get genuine, like being just genuine people, because they don't know themselves and know they don't love themselves. So why would I have why would I think that they will be capable of that?
Right.
Those expectations leads to my suffering.
Mm.
And because of that, I ain't gonna suffer shit.
I know that's right.
I ain't gonna put myself, and no one is compromising me. Yeah, this shit hurt. Let's not play no games. That shit hurts. Because you think the people that you grew up with be like, oh damn, you know, can you show some love? How come I love you, but you don't love me back? And that's why it's important that you, for your sake, be with people who love you back. And so if you just receiving shit and you ain't giving shit back, this is how it works. Here you go, just like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then coming back. This is how we're constantly going. I know. Look,
wow.
This is, I get third graders to do it, and they be like, Mr. Garcia, look, I'm doing it. But this is our energy constantly. But this energy right here, this is the unconscious mind, which we have a hard time doing.
Ah.
So for instance, even with your right hand, if you sign your name in the air, right? You can do that easily. It's nothing. Then you try with your right. You got to start thinking about it. Boom. That unconscious mind is where we hold shit like this. And we store it. And now it taps it. We store it. And now we got to think. And what is that doing? We're thinking about that unconscious mind, that we're holding a lot of shit that doesn't serve us, but it's somewhere. And it's in that unconscious mind that creates that shadow self.
Hey, Erica. Erica is another co-host of mine with Talking Dope Shift. Matter of fact, we'll be on soon on Instagram. Erica said, don't expect anyone to do or be anything different than what they have already shown you.
Oh, mamas.
Let me tell you something. I'm about to flip the table over. That's so triggering to me because I've held on, my backstory. And you get to a point, you're right. It's like, how much more do they need to show you?
Even if it's real shit too, that means you was already thinking of some shit about me. Because there's a lot of jealousy in my family. There's a lot of envy. They want to be like, I'm gonna be honest, they want to be like my sister, but they don't want to be like my sister. It's so interesting. They want to have the assets she had, but they don't want to have the judgment that she carries. It's like, but then they judging too, because that's all everyone's doing. Everyone's judging each other. So instead of for me not to judge you, I'd rather get the fuck away from you.
Right. While you're talking, I realize now I'm having a transparent moment that was one of many reasons what's led me to be stuck in a relationship with certain family member. Because even though they weren't giving me what I wanted, I was still fantasizing what I really wanted, but the shit was not there.
Because you want it for yourself.
Is that bad?
You want it from yourself, from people that are not going to give it to you. They're not. They're just not. I don't care if it's mama, if it's your brother, your sister. You're not going to get it. They're here to give you a lesson. You got to learn from them.
Was that my ego speaking then?
Yes.
God damn.
It's the ego. The ego's always going to put you in an emotional decline. So to even recognize this, though, we now are building our emotional intelligence. What is triggering me? What is my issue with certain family members? Because you got those family members that be like, oh, here come this one. You got the fiend, you got the gay one, you got all type of family members.
Not the fiend, yeah.
The fiend or the super drunk one. You got the real judgmental one. You got the one that's always touching shit. You got the one that's taking 18 plates. And before, how you gonna fix 18 plates before everyone even ate, or before everyone got their seconds? You know, people coming for seconds. You know what I'm saying? So,
can I share a story? Now, I don't care what family member hears this now. So, a couple years ago, there's a family member I hadn't seen in a long time, but they are a thief. They're a goddamn thief. So, in turn, my family members, no, I'll just say it, my parents, he's a cousin. He came from out of town. Knowing damn well he has sticky fingers. They still let him in the house, but now they're putting up stuff. They're hiding it. Because, we'll call him Ricky. We'll call him Pretty Ricky. They knew Pretty Ricky was coming into town. They hiding. Well, we're going to come on over. I said, absolutely not. Well, he came all the way from such and such state. I don't care. You know what? And while I'm talking, I need to have that same firm boundary with, you know who I'm talking about. I just had a light bulb moment.
I mean, but see, so these are my 3 questions I want you all to ask yourself. I got it somewhere. To ask yourself about these family members at these times, because yes, this is beautiful times, but also you are going through changes. Everyone's going through change. We all had to sit down last year and really recognize ourselves and our issues and what's really going on in the world within us.
Right.
So this is a time where it's very sensitive. There's this, Jabberwocky or not Jabberwocky. There's all these.
What's that?
First, the jab. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Jabberwocky or whatever. The cucaracha shot. Whatever the shit is, right? That's telling. There's always this versus. When we go to visit these people, now you're going to get into conflict with yourself because you are changing. You already know what you're going to see, yet you still want to go. You still want to be around this energy. Remember, even when you're speaking, you're exchanging with these people.
Right.
You are toxic. Now you become toxic. Just as much. I mean, yeah, you can go. You're going to have to take some spirit baths, burn some sage, get in nature for a few days. You're going to have to do a lot of detoxing just for the sake of being around this. And for what? And that's what I'm saying. Do you want to compromise yourself for the sake of family, so-called family members or relatives? So 3 questions I will ask you. First, are you being tolerated or are you being celebrated?
That's fluid for me.
Yeah, fuck them people. I see that in my bag. I should be, but no, for real. You guys, if you guys understand this metaphysical shit, you would know that these are not your family members, right? And they are a reflection of you, though. At the same time, they are you. You are them. So this
what does that mean?
Person of our thoughts and our energy.
Oh.
So of course, family members, we can come back and reincarnate here as our mother being our enemy. And then we have to deal with that. Cousins being enemies, sisters being enemies, right? So you gotta ask yourself, are you being tolerated or celebrated? And most of the time, I know we are not being celebrated. And just as much as you want to create these boundaries, you are just going to tolerate somebody else.
Right.
And
Right.
you are doing the same shit to yourself. Number 2, what are you benefiting out of being around family members?
Nothing.
Okay, you might laugh. Shit is funny. There's some laughs. Yeah, but you could fucking watch Martin and laugh without compromising your energy. Right? Number 3, we teach people on how to treat us.
I understand that. Yes.
So how are you being treated? These are some questions you got to ask yourself for Thanksgiving. Right now, I'm starting all over. So my family is my lady, a bird, and a dog, and a fish. Right? And this is, I get love back.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not
like you're being celebrated and not tolerated.
Huh?
I get it.
Right. And so in this, make sure that you do your self-check, where is you're being yourself, you're being honest with yourself, you know what you want, you trust the universe, and you know who you are. If you're not going in there with those things, why go? You're not ready. Especially if you know they toxic.
AF. Oh my God. Before we continue, if you all are enjoying this content, you know how I do. If you love to support this, if you love to support the content that I put so much hard work into, and always supporting and coming back, I'm gonna drop my Cash App, as well as you like to buy me a coffee for my next podcast. My throat gets a little parched, so I'm going to drop that link right now. But in all seriousness, if you'd love to support my channel, that's what the buying a coffee is, and I will put that on here right now. Nope, wrong one. But it takes a little bit. Do you want to read some of the comments that you see on there?
Yeah, that should have me cracking.
You can read them out loud while I get these links together.
Yeah, I ain't putting no shit in my house. Pretty Ricky ain't coming in my house.
Who said that? Probably Tashara.
Oh, hilarious. Peace. I'm lurking in this for rehearsal because of the title, also because of my signed copy of Production Questions, the best resources on this channel. Yeah, thank you for copying the book. Yes, thank you. It's now available. Yes, I will sign it, and it comes with some extended gifts.
That must have been Blind Guy, his wife.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my mindset right now, fuck them people. And you really got to say that. Again, like I said, it's painful. You go through like, damn, you got to be alone on holidays. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in those situations the last 4 or 5 years because, I'm constantly transformation. I'm going through these transformations, and I'm just like, yo, it ain't worth it.
Yeah. When you come back and you're feeling worse than how you entered through the door, that is not a good feeling at all.
No, not at all.
It is not. Okay, let me read a couple more. Tashara said that dry ass turkey and nasty ass greens.
Right, exactly.
With my
Then you tell people to bring some. You want them to cook with some love and shit. They getting shit at the market, supermarket, and just shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they're just so lazy to cook. You know what I mean? I got family members like that. Like, they just don't want to pick up a finger. They don't. But then you go into their houses too. It's a clear indication of what's going on in their minds. They shit is trash. You know what I'm saying? Right. What's happening within their mind.
Patrice said, okay, has Cody been at my family's gathering?
Hilarious. So that shit was funny. See, everyone go through the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. Tashara says I've been alone on holidays for about 15 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something. That's deep right there.
Yeah. And you know what? No, you ain't alone, because shit, you always got the ancestors. Leave a little something for them. They be
I
at,
know that's right. I love that.
they got,
Patrice said I stopped celebrating holidays years ago, so I don't worry about that part. I just have zero tolerance for the bullshit.
right. And we be entertaining bullshit. We go, like, what am I supposed to talk with these dudes? Sports? I'm not, like, what the fuck am I talking with them for? Like, like my mindset, and look, this may seem arrogant, but fuck it. Like, where I'm at consciously, I can't go down. I can't go backwards. I can't. That's evil. Remember, I can't live backwards. Sure, there's balance too. You know what I'm saying? Level spelled backwards is level. I not to say that I can't be around that. I can't be around people that I know. That's all they do.
Right.
Like if it's someone new and they pop in a game or some shit or whatever, and it's just regular shit, I don't mind that either, because I am looking for friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking applications right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting all over. But not to say like not to be open or dismissive or have resistance, but I know who I want to socialize with.
Right.
Feeling like I have to socialize with them based off them being considered, because you always have those family members that say, yeah, we family.
That family over everything is bullshit.
Right.
That's just my opinion. Speaking of family members, what is your opinion about family members who guilt you into going to family gatherings that are no good for your soul?
Well, see, and there's a lot of stubborn people. They're thinking about themselves. They're not
How?
because if someone is pressuring you to go somewhere you don't want to go, they only thinking about themselves. They're not caring about what you feel about. They just want you to be around, and that's cool and all. But again, are you willing to compromise yourself based off of what? What is the exchange? The exchange is you already know what's going to happen.
Ugh.
You already know because it's happened 15 times, 20 times, and you haven't learned that these. And then it's so funny, we so melanated, black, all this, all that. Then these holidays, we get all the information throughout the whole year about what these holidays, pagan holiday, what they symbolize. And now, don't get me wrong, I love gatherings. But I even realized, but as soon as a holiday happens, everyone changes their mode, go right into the holiday season. That's the interesting part about us. But not to say that this is not a beautiful time for gathering.
Mm-hmm.
But I love to be around good people, wholesome folk, not people that are giving me the side eye, want to ask me for shit, and then judge me, or what girl you with, or who you with. I got aunts that ain't been with no one in 35, 40 years. Like, who you with? Then you see it in their children. Like, I'm watching it in your children, and still you questioning my shit and what I'm doing. And really, I'm gonna be honest. I appreciate the moments that I had in the 80s and 90s with these family members. Continue to look for those times, because that's what we're doing. We going back to look for, see if we're gonna recapture the moment. We want to recapture the moment 15, 16 times. No, leave that shit. That shit was mad fun. I had a blast. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for the moments. But it's time for me to keep going forward. And then every time I see y'all, I get fucking depressed because you guys are eating the worst cigarettes, doing all type of shit that I just don't fuck with.
Right. I want to share some synchronicity. So, I had therapy yesterday. Why did my therapist say the same thing about let the moment stay where they were?
That's very important, because we're linear with this. We could be our past self, our present self, and our future selves. In this metaphysical shit, this time doesn't exist. So we do go back to those memories. We are able to tap into our past selves and all these layers that can come up with dealing with these people. And I used to always be like, yo, send love, send respect. You know what? I need that love for myself.
Ooh. I'm so triggered right now.
Because why am I going to keep giving love to people? And then, you know how it be, this shit be hella fake and shit. You go to, everyone show up and then no people that did you wrong. You be like, hey, how you doing? Hey. And all my family members, we say the same shit and some Spanish shit that we say. Like they are still using these terms from early 80s, still talking like this. So it becomes nostalgic. And then they bring up memories. You be like, yo, you said that shit 10 times, the other 10 holidays, yo. Remember I changed the diaper and then you shit like, I don't give a fuck about that shit, yo.
Oh my God.
Why are we talking about old shit? How about now? Like, how's your spirit? You know what I mean? How's your, but everyone isn't talking about their issues. And all I see in my family is depression. So of course I stick out like a sore thumb. Of course I'm the outcast because my mentality, my spirit, my drive, my passion, my purpose is nowhere near what these people are. These are bots, but they're also playing characters in my movie. And
my God.
I don't want them in my movie no more. I want them out. No more.
Ooh.
No more movie time for you.
That hit me right there. We have a thank you. Blind Guy and his wife, she's thanking you for the signed copies of the books.
For sure.
She said her kids are enjoying the extended gifts, so thank you from them. Oh, and they're going to school spring. I'm not sure what that means. A bracelet and stress free.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Right.
And Tashura Talks said, we gather for holidays and funerals. Yes, this should be something just because.
Let me respond to that. You didn't celebrate me when I was dead. I mean, when I was alive, but you're going to celebrate me when I'm dead and say all these things. Like, that's why I don't want no traditional shit. I don't even want crying in my funeral. Because if we understand what death is, we got to understand this is a transition out of this hell. School class is over. School is over. It's time to go to another university. It's time to go to another place that we actually want.
Right.
All of you all out there, please say to yourself, you would not return here. Unless you do, because I hear some people say, yeah, I want to see how my kids are doing. Guess what? The way it's planned out, your kids will be exactly who are going to be, whether you're here or not.
Meaning their destiny is already set, their path is set.
Absolutely, just like us. So the reason why we see synchronicity and harmony is because we are living the way we're supposed to be living. We are doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Even despite whatever you think, if you get into that negative vibe a little bit, we got to keep the vibration up, especially right now. Even the moon, it's a special moon. If there's a full moon in 2 days, these are times that we get into these rituals. This is what our ancestors did. We play the drums. We bring out prayers. We pour libations. We light candles. We do candle work. We do all these things to bring out the spirit that's in us. The spirits are in us. They're already in us. We have them.
What about an individual who is just constantly negative and they don't know that? That's their subconscious, or is that consciously being negative?
So the conscious mind is projecting what people think is reality. So we get caught up in the mundane shit, right?
Right.
Because they are seeing themselves a certain way, they believe it to be true. So
Oh, I get it.
this is a reflection of their thoughts and only their thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a mirror, you are seeing yourself. We are a reflection of each other, literally. So you are also a reflection of your thoughts. So anything that you're saying is only a reflection of you, no matter what you say.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Vicky Hill. She said homecoming. Uh,
For
yeah.
real. That's when we really going home. We ain't home right now. We visit.
Mm.
We visiting, and we got this. You know what I'm saying? We got this apparel right here. We got, you know.
Oh, I love that apparel or a meat suit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We in this. We just borrowing it for a little bit. We just borrowing it, and then when we die, this dies in the physical. I always suggest people don't try not to do it the traditional way. When you move on, really get cremated. Put yourself in this nature. And because the traditional way to have this, I remember one time me and my boy, we was high one time. I was like, yo, what if hell is actually staying in that box for the rest of your life?
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh shit.
I used to think that though. When I was younger, and even as a young adult, I used to think, but I didn't know any better.
Right.
I really didn't.
But you could become one with nature by being cremated. You know what I mean? Like,
You know what? I agree. So this is what I plan on doing. You know those pods, the tree pods?
that's a great one too.
That's what I plan on doing.
Yeah, I thought of that too. I'm even studying the tree of life and approaches of tree of life in my practices. It's really deep how we connected to these trees.
Yeah. Well, you even told me that, and it makes sense how the trees have seen so much. Look, we're here for that moment, but the trees come and go,
Right.
so why not be a pod? So that's my plan. I looked it up already. So to me that seems the most logical way, but that's just me. This is very funny. I'm going to what the funk, he said this is a dope discussion, and he said don't take mushrooms with this dude.
Who you talking about? Me? That's hilarious.
Because
I haven't
yeah.
taken shrooms in so long, man. But it's overdue because that really lets me know that I need to let go of this ego, and a lot of this shit is bullshit. That's what happened last year. Is that I took a shroom, and the truth. I mean, everything started opening up. My pineal gland opened up, and I turned into exactly what I knew I was since I really could think of my imagination as a child. I
Mm.
knew I was deeper than most people saw.
Mm.
I've seen myself as a chief Indian. Oh man, the stuff that I've seen. Ooh. And now that I can see without it, through meditation and some of what I see, but shrooms is very healing. Okay, people, this is not drugs. I've taken drugs. Cocaine.
He's taking some hard stuff,
Yeah,
y'all.
that shit is really, really. It tells you the truth about what's going on. You see energies, and you'll be like, everything is alive.
Let me tell you. Then we'll get back to the boundaries. Wait, what the funk? He said you are supposed to do it every year to cleanse the ego.
Oh shit.
And he said 3.5 grams.
So
So
that's a lot though, but yeah, that's when you get into some. But yeah, that's when you go into another world. Real.
well, have you taken the frog before?
I have.
Oh,
I
you
have.
have?
I didn't go into other realms. It was more for healing.
Yeah.
Like the
Now,
ghetto shaman came through. He put
wait, can you repeat that again? The video froze.
I was sick, and this brother had some frog coming from. It was in this little wood. It looked like almost Palo Santo. And
Oh,
what he did was he burnt 3 holes in my leg, and then he put the frog stuff. He put it on the what's it called? Combo. And then he put it in my in those 3 little burn things. And then he was like, "Yo, your body's about to heat up."
that's what I heard.
Yo, my whole body was like, yo, I felt like I was that superhero with that turns into fire. Like I literally felt like my whole body was like that. But that shit worked. I didn't. Again, I ain't going into tripping or hallucinate or anything. But I was the next day I was good. It was
Okay, so I'll share offline. Yeah, but I'm interested because I'm interested in the frog, and we'll talk more offline. But I was introduced to it listening to Mike Tyson's podcast.
Yeah, he be saying some shit.
I love it. If you all haven't, go to Mike Tyson's Hot Boxing. And there's this white guy on there that's his co-host. And they talked about how they took the frog. And I truly believe when Mike took that frog, that it opened up his pineal gland. And he said that the same thing, he was hot. And he sees everything different. But look how he navigates now. I mean,
right.
we need to talk offline about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, the frog, yeah. But I would rather go to ayahuasca trip. I haven't done that yet, and that is a deeper. I mean, well, it's ayahuasca, and then the frog supposedly is more potent than. But ayahuasca is the tea.
Talked about that too.
Yeah, ayahuasca is another. I haven't done it, but I do want to go tap into that because I feel I'm connected without it. Especially with the shit that I see. Even going back to the trees, the ancestors are in the trees. I see the eyes, I see the noses, I see they're all over us all day long. When you feel the wind, these are the angels. These are your higher self as well. When you understand your level of consciousness and your ascension that is constantly happening. So,
and Vicky said exactly that's what I'm talking about. Oh man, yeah, they're loving you in the comment section. Listen, you all think you're getting something like this now? Can you imagine having a shadow work session with him? I mean, when I had my first session with him, I literally felt like a 50-pound weight was taken off of my back. But I know what worked for me is because I had to let go and not. I don't want him to see me cry. I don't want to tell him that. No,
don't come with that, because shit, I'll cry in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm that honest with this. You know what I mean? Because I'm myself. I trust myself. I trust exactly who I am, and actually having these conversations so openly like this is very therapeutic for me because I'm not socializing enough right now. I'm kind of in my own bag, my own world, my own dimension at times, but having this conversation allows me to really, express myself freely when I don't get to do so. I can express myself to myself, right? And really understand myself. So this is knowledge of self, wisdom, and understanding. And, this is the best part of the ascension is that you can be alone. You don't need the people that you think you need. You attract the people based off of the vibration that you have. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So that really is true. So the people that you want in your life and desire in your life will come into your life, especially if you're thinking that way. Because I could come with all type of fuck yous to families and shit like that, but I got to make sure that I come back to self because how I'm treating myself. I have so much energy to the point where, I need them to understand me anymore. You know what I mean? Or acknowledge me anymore because I acknowledge myself. I have understanding of self. I don't need them. No matter who it is, even if it's mom. I came here to show my mom a lesson. She didn't get the message because she's too caught up in her stubbornness. So now she's gonna have to, because see, when we die, yeah, you get a rerun of all this shit. What you've done. When you feel like your life is flashing before you, when you think you're about to die, that really happens when you do transition. And then you have these guardians who say, yeah, let's take a look at what you've done. We saw everything. And so if you are transitioning with a heavy heart, thinking that your family, you looking for guidance or love or anything nurturing from these people, and you still holding on to that shit, well, shit, you're going to have to come back and learn that shit again.
I am so mother effing triggered right now. Oh my God. You know, it makes sense when you said we look for that in family members when it should be intrinsic as opposed to an extrinsic value we put upon them.
Right. Right. Because we're still waiting for them to, for it to be reciprocal, right? We
I'm
want
so triggered.
we want it to be reciprocal, and then we never get it because you aren't gonna get it.
Which is why I'm stuck. I'm experiencing stuckness.
What up, Nicole?
Hey, Nicole.
No, it's okay. You're supposed to feel this because this what gets the ball rolling. That's why when you work with me, we got to get some of that shit out because we'll be in our own thoughts. We'll be like, oh shit, but I gotta see them one more time. It's almost like a drug. We like to be treated bad almost. It's like we fiend for this shit, yo. It's like, yo, you already know now you insane, yo, because you keep trying to go for different results.
Oh my God. We may have to move our appointment up from Sunday.
Mushrooms definitely help you let it go. In this time, this energy, it's important that you all stay at a high vibration. This means do not get caught up in your negative thoughts. You are becoming them shits. That shit goes into your shoulder. It can go anywhere. It shows up.
Back.
On you. And how are you going to release this? How are you going to take care of yourself? By going where? To family that doesn't love you back? You asking for it.
You know, when we had our first session, I don't know, did I tell you that my lower back pain, it had dissipated? Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
I jumped out of bed like
let go.
Like
the legs is the roots too. So if you think of the trees, the legs are the roots from the root chakra. So it's part of it as well.
I never thought about it like that. If anyone is interested in getting in contact with Kode, I'm going to drop his link. It's also in the show description notes. I'm going to drop his link to all of his links. And because you have a lot of people in here wanting to talk to you, they're asking questions. What the funk? I don't know which link. Maybe I hope this is the link you were talking about dropping the link. And Adrian wanted to know, I don't know, what is the chemical in the frog secretion that causes this reaction? Because she says she's a quasi-science geek over there.
I don't know. I don't know much about it.
To
be honest, even when dude brought it, I was like, what the fuck is this? And he started to explain it. I'm like, because I wasn't even on this type of level where I'm at consciously. I was still very holding on to shit. I still had like a little bit of mommy issues. I still, I was still drinking. I'm coming up at 3 years of not drinking next month.
Salute, sir.
I would never drink again. And this is, why I was drinking so much? Because I want family to be family.
Because you want to what?
That family to be family. And they wouldn't show up as family. It became so the more, I'm like, you know what? I got to get more drunk because this is the only way I could sustain this reality. Because this shit is painful. This is the true hell. My hell was not balanced, right? So in order to really understand self and keep my heart light as a feather, I had to have the resurrection, the resurrection from the heart into Christ consciousness. You are
Mm.
Jesus Christ, guys. You should know this by now. You are Christ. Yes.
Wow. Woo. You are dropping some gems, sir.
Word.
Need to
I'm
share
glad.
that.
I mean, if I could come once a month, I'll be glad to. You can have me. I'm always down to do this because these are good
What?
topics, and I am accepting clients right now. This is something I'm doing every day, all day. So let me know. I love to do this, but remember, this is a process. We got exercises to do. We got rituals to do. There's so much to learn about it, but do what works for you. This is about you,
Mhm.
you. And even when it comes to dealing with your family, you got to make it about you. You have to be selfish.
Understood and absolutely. Yeah. What the funk said, congratulations on your sobriety,
For
which
sure.
is amazing.
I don't even be looking at it like that. You know how people be doing the whole, tokens and all that shit. I honestly, I prepared so much to stop. Like I had to do so much ritual. I had to write down I would not drink every day.
Did you really?
Yes, there were times I wrote I won't drink, burn it, and put it in the this. I did that for months. I'm not drinking. Burn it, put it in the water. I'm not drinking. Burn it. This is every day. I had to break that shit. When I say it was tough, but at the same time, I did so much outside of what I thought was gonna work for me. When did the spiritual aspect of it, that's when
Right.
we let go of it. That's when I really understood too. It was learned behavior. I was an alcoholic just like my mother.
Mm.
Even with these holidays, we tend to drink more. Why? Because our anxiety goes up. Our anxiety, we're afraid of the future. Because truthfully, maybe all of us are introverts. Until it's time to go out, we need to be drunk.
Oh shit. That makes sense because during the pandemic, they said that the liquor stores, they made all the coins.
Exactly. Exactly. And I ain't knocking, people drinking, but understand you are putting the spirit inside you. Allow yourself to still be yourself. But see, me, when I drink, right, I'll get like into a big philosophy. Like I would turn into a mad scientist. Like my rapping was crazier. My like the way I analyzed was just crazy. I became so analytical, and I spoke Spanish like no problem. Like my Spanish game was out of control because I was another spirit.
Alcohol, spirits.
Yes.
Oh man. Vicky, she says I'm interested in. Is that what the frog or working with Kevin? I know Vicky personally, so I'll
Yeah,
contact
yeah,
her.
yeah.
Yeah. And what the funk, I did see that. I don't know if Kevin's willing to talk about all of that after the show. And I will drop the link, but if he's not, I definitely want to talk to you for sure.
Yeah, we
And
could talk maybe. I can't do it after this. We haven't eaten since like 10 o'clock. So
yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
yeah.
Um, what the funk? Yeah, maybe we can um do a call later on in the
Yeah,
week.
or yeah, like Wednesday, Thursday, you know what I mean? Just let me
Yeah,
know.
maybe Thursday. He's in Germany.
Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool.
So what the funk? I'm gonna send you my email address or through Instagram, and then we're gonna work that out.
Bro, that's a great comment. Sex is definitely different without drinking. That is very, very true. Oh man, that's powerful. That's very, very true. I thought about that too, because you don't
Yeah.
have this I don't know. I'm sure everyone has done this, feel like they have to drink even to have sex. So why do we do that? You know what I'm saying? Or have sex with a particular person. But we've done that. But why? Why did we have to do that? Me, I felt like I always had to drink at times to even
Right.
that. So I wasn't even being my true self, especially sex being so spiritual. So that's a dope comment.
You know, I'm asking for a friend.
Mhm.
So you know how you said that you had your rituals with the drinking and the write it down and burn it. Can you do that with some toxic D as well?
Yes.
Uh, Asking for a friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, you can. Definitely, you want to too. So for your sake, you know what I mean? Because
Oh my
remember,
God.
all the shit we're thinking subconsciously is going into that spirit realm as well, right? So what is the exchange go? What is the exchange happening here? Remember, the subconscious don't have the emotions like the
Oh,
conscious has.
that's right.
So we are literally setting the reality of exactly what we want through our subconscious. So we gotta
Mm.
be careful that we're tapping into those fields when we saying it's toxic verbally. Now we put it out there, that becomes the energy within itself.
Oh, yeah. Whew. Well, we're gonna start wrapping it up for respect to your time because you know I could talk to you for
I know, right?
another 3 hours. And if you are, I definitely want to have you back again. I mean, outside of our session, but here for sure. Uh, the listeners love you. It's very interactive tonight.
Yes.
And let's see, I don't know what y'all are talking about with all these frogs and mushrooms. What does it mean for, I don't know. What is she saying here?
I think she's
For
talking
baby?
about that. Or what does it for me in dating?
I don't know. Adrian, you may have to retype that just so we can
Right.
get a little more clarity on it. But okay, before we go, oh wait, there's one more. What the funk said, just go get some food. You can't drop gems when you're hungry.
I know, right? Exactly. I am hungry.
Right. Exactly. So before we leave, can you tell everybody about the your book? Let me put that up right now. And this is on Amazon.
Yes. Where's my book at? Where's my book at?
Can you all see that right there? The name of, while he's getting his excuse me, while he's getting his book, the name of the book is Complexions Confessions.
Now available right now, hard copies or on Amazon. Man, this book is really about, uh, the movie that I'm in right now. I'm gonna start writing my next book next year in a couple months, but this next book is really going to take off. But this book is just the start of my lower self, talking about the trials and tribulation. I've been through some violence. I've been through women, heartache. I've been through, going to different countries and exploring. And, I might have been married for a couple of days, little shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take that for the next stream.
Yeah. And I don't mind getting personal because, again, a lot of my information is out there. I did that purposely so people could understand, like, I'm not hiding anything. I am healing myself. I've healed myself, and I continue to do the work within myself, so I can help other people. So yeah, complexion confession. Again, I named it complexion because what is this complexion? Does it really mean? Is it really complex? Yes, we are complex people, and I confess the complexities of myself.
Hmm.
Yeah, so this book is it's funny. You might, it's a tearjerker, and you definitely will get something out of it.
Let me drop the link to the book right now. And support Black business, everyone. However it looks. There we go. I just dropped the link to his book as well. And also to any of his booking sessions. And I see you redid your website. It's popping. I love it.
Mm.
I love it. Looks
Thank
good. Yeah. Looks
Thank you.
really
Yeah,
good.
that's what brothers. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the
Yeah.
love. I always have a ball talking to you. You always get me so in because I know we're connecting, and I see you, you see me, and
Thank you.
namaste for sure.
Namaste for sure. Yeah, working with you's been one of the best decisions I've made because I've definitely elevated and I know it just because I feel it. And there's a lot of synchronicities going on in my life right now
Mm,
that I just wasn't privy to. And having therapy and my own life coach, like this is the cherry on the top. Like every time something comes on, it's just more of a cherry on the top. So
right.
I'm definitely elevating. I love it.
Great.
Before you go, can you talk about the fix tape?
Oh, the fixed tape. Oh yeah, the fixed tape. That's higher self versus lower self. That's a mixtape I put out in April. Man, it got 700,000 streams right now. It was something that I just felt like I had to do. I have distribution through Empire. But now what I'm realizing, I dropped these 3 singles. I'm gonna drop some more music, but I'm gonna do it through my NFT site, which is you guys, when you buy a song, I'm gonna send you an NFT. You're gonna send me an NFT, and
What is that?
we make coins, a cryptocurrency.
Oh my
We,
God.
we get some crypto together, right? So when you buy a book, I'm trying to work on this now. When you buy a book, you make some crypto.
Oh
You make
wow.
you get something out of it. I get something out of it. So I'm learning that the labels are pretty much done at this point. But I have this music. It's called Higher Self versus Lower Self, the fix tape. And I'm talking about all my situations. It's almost in the form of music, but like this book, I said it in the rap and all the stuff that I've been going through with the lower self and the ego and my ascension to my higher self. And teaching you all to please love yourself. That is my message to you all. Please love yourself. Choose yourself first. All right. Stop choosing other people. Even when it comes to children, you got to understand they have their journey as well. As long as you nurture them and all that, you got to understand if you are not good, right? There's no way the child could be good. You even have to get to that point for your sake. So yeah, self-love is important. That's
absolutely.
And plus, when the children see it, they understand it as well. Even though my son had a hard time with understanding that, I definitely showed him. And it's up to him how he receives it because his journey is going to still be his journey regardless.
Absolutely. Everyone, I just dropped the link if you are interested in his music. There you go. All right, we're going to end on that so this brother can get some food and nourish his belly as well as him nourishing our souls.
For sure.
And you all check him out on Instagram as well. It's Kode Knox. Same thing. Everything is in the links.
Yeah, for sure. Love y'all. Hit me up. Free. You can book a free consultation as well. I don't know. Did I send you my LinkedIn? My Linktree usually has that booking that where you book.
I have that already in the show notes. Yes.
Okay,
sir.
cool. So people got that. All right, cool.
Yes.
Sounds good. Thank you for having me. Much love, y'all. Peace. Love yourself. Respect yourself. Be the best version of yourself. I am Kode Knox. One time.
Journey well.
Peace.
Good night. You all have a great evening. Make sure and tune in tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel. I'll be here. Good night.
This for the queens, sisters manifesting their dreams. Get your cream by any means and beam with self-esteem. Beauty supreme and Buddha walk so mean. The way you fit in them jeans, you eat your cornbread and greens. Dance or a doctor, red wine or vodka. Redesign your spot and redefine your mantra. Retwist your locks and realign your chakras. Doing your squats and getting closer to God, huh? Brunching with your squad or taking a girl's trip. Adjust your crown, you God's gift to the world, sis. Celestial body, drink your water. Meditate, sun kiss God is heavenly order. levitate, tribe of Ashanti, black girl magic, melanin popping, whether you ratchet or lavish, whether you bougie or savage, you a gift and a treasure. You got to love a black girl getting a shift together. Black girls are getting a shift together. These black girls getting a shift together, man. These black girls are getting a shift together. These black girls getting